Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's Ricky Cadan back again with Real Life Trading Australia. Hope you guys have had an amazing weekend, and what a crazy sell-off the market has had just in the last few days and over the weekend. We'll dive in and talk about that in just a minute. I just want to bring up Real Life Trading Australia has been launched. If you hop on over to reallifetrading.com.au, you will see this link. If you have not subscribed for the free week, come up here, give this a little tickle, and you'll see there's me. And come down and put in your name and your email, and you'll have access to the free week where I am doing the afternoon swing trading floor, giving live analysis on what my overall thoughts on the broader markets are and any tickers that you guys want me to look at. So make sure you're there, subscribe, join the team. It'll be awesome to have you guys a part of my journey, and let's dive in and take a look at the market. So the SPY. So this is what I drew in the afternoon room. I did expect us to have a retest and then a trade lower. I was expecting us to come back down so that we could, come down to the 100 simple moving average on the daily chart. However, as soon as this level broke right here, it pretty much just free fell last night in the evening session for the US. If you take a look at the 5-minute, here it is right here, and as soon as this level here broke, it just broke down, retested, and then just never came back. So a lot of real life traders did capitalize on that. Me personally, I did take a day trade on Tesla, completely fumbled on the SPY, but all in all, still green on the day. We'll get into that in just a minute. Take a look at the E-minis. The SPY, as you can see here, where I think this is actually going. A lot of people have been texting me all day. Personally, I think that this is most likely going to have a green day and probably end up with an inside day bullish candle, and then I don't know where we're going to go. Maybe we retest and roll back down and go to the 200. We'll just have to wait and see what the overall sentiment of the market is. However, we could also gap down and keep running. I mean, this bearishness has happened before in the past. I just think that after I think it's about 8%, 8% drop in just 4 days. I mean, that's just huge, right? It's a huge drop. A lot of people who were bearish on the markets would probably be looking at taking some profits off the table, or at least slowly taking off their leverage. So my overall thoughts is we'll probably have an inside day bullish candle today, and we'll probably just consolidate a little bit, maybe come up a little bit higher and retest these lows, and then maybe we roll over. We'll just have to wait and see what happens, but until then, we'll just have to, I'm most likely going to stay fairly neutral and just trade what I see. Let's take a look at the E-minis. Now the E-minis, the afternoon session, as you can see, fairly dismal, not a lot of volume. Everyone's kind of scared about what's happening on the markets at the moment. Obviously, this is after cash hours as well, so obviously there's not going to be a lot of volume. So we'll just have to wait and see how this one trades. Could potentially come up and then trade back down to the 200. Makes a whole lot of sense. It would be a buy the dip location in my thoughts, in my opinion. However, we'll just have a wait and see how we transpire. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Now the Dow Jones is actually already at the 200 simple moving average. Great pullback. Could be a dip buying opportunity. I'm not going to try and catch the falling knife, so to speak. I will wait for this to kind of bounce around, and then I'll look to take this bullish. It is a dip buying. Opportunity. I have said that the market is bullish. This is a bullish trend, and we have bounced off the 200 and fallen to the 200 in the past. So my overall thoughts is we most likely will bounce. Just wait for a little bit of consolidation. Probably something of this juncture right here is what I expect. If I have this just here, makes a lot of sense that we will just kind of consolidate at this particular level before we go higher. Allow the markets to create a very nice solid support level and then trade higher. Let's take a look at the VIX. Now the VIX has had a huge spike. You can probably recall me talking about, I think it was back here on this day, I said get ready for the VIX to probably spike and go higher, and look at protecting your assets because the market is most likely going to drop. I hope you guys did capitalize on that and did protect your assets. Very, very good pick on my behalf, I think. But yes, VIX is going higher. We are getting a little bit of selling here. I don't think it's going to go too much higher. Maybe we come up into 33, 34, and then I just expect us to trade back down and then slowly go back down to the lows as the market turns around and bounces. Here's Tesla. Now here's the trade I took on Tesla, which I'll show on the 5 minute. Now I was an absolute chicken on this one. I seen this high wave candle right here testing the highs, the pre-market highs. So I thought, okay, let's have an entry here with a stop above here. As soon as the market came down here and consolidated, there wasn't much, there wasn't much in the lines of, the bearish volume coming in. So I thought, you know what, I'll just close out my short position for about 1R, and then obviously it just fell out of the sky and completely missed out on this huge move here that did happen. However, ended green, but Tesla, it is going to go lower, guys. You can see we have had this huge run up. I know Jeremy has stated that we most likely will come back down to about 680. 650 is probably my target for a buy on Tesla. Makes a lot of sense. It's going to be about a 30% pullback from the highs, but we'll just have to keep an eye on Tesla. This one most likely will probably gap down and then trade up, and then trade down lower and then go up again. So just keep your eyes on Tesla, guys, for a short-term pullback. Here's MU, and MU, we did have a very nice retest gap just yesterday, and we did retest. So I was mentioning that most likely in the afternoon room, I was mentioning that we would probably trade bullish first and then we would roll over, which we did get that nice big bullish candle. So a lot of day traders did get to capitalize on that. It was a dip buying opportunity straight off this support level, and we just retested and then rolled over the next day. We are currently at the 100 simple moving average, so as long as the market still holds up, this will be a buy the dip location. It will most likely chop around for a couple of days, maybe even a couple of weeks, and then I'd expect it to go higher as long as the market stays bullish. Here's Square. Now Square doing exactly what we thought it was, which was gapping down, trading higher, and then rolling back over. Now a lot of these bullish candles are coming in through this bullish candle here is coming through because of a lot of the short positions that were on Square are closing out their positions just before earnings. You can see earnings is just, I think, tomorrow, being the 26th. So a lot of people just are running a little bit scared at the moment. If we do get a gap down, I would expect it to be a buy the dip location, especially if we gap down to these longer term moving averages down at 67. Just makes a whole lot of sense. If you take a look at the weekly chart, 68 is the 100 on a weekly chart. So if we do gap down to that location, it will be a buying location, so it would be a fade. And if we gap up, depending where we gap to, if we gap above these highs, which I highly doubt is going to happen, then it would be most likely bullish. But if we gap anywhere in this area, I'd expect us probably to fade lower, just due to the volatility. A lot of people trying to take their risk off the table. Here's the All Ords. Now the All Ords is at the 200 simple on a daily chart. On a weekly chart, I was expecting us probably to chop around here at this level at 69.82. Did not happen, obviously, with the bearishness of the overall markets. But right now we're at the 200. We haven't been at the 200 for quite some time. Yeah, we haven't been here for a very long time, actually. We did break down last year when there was a big sell-off in October, but previously to that We hadn't been at the 200 since April last year, before that sell-off. So very good location to start looking at entering into a long position. Obviously, once again, do not try to catch a falling knife. Just wait for a bit of a consolidation. Let it build a support. We do have a support level right here. So it makes a lot of sense if we do bounce at this particular level. On the weekly chart though, you can see we have had this, nice little double top pattern. And obviously if we do continue to fall, the 100 on the weekly chart the 100 or the 200 on the weekly would most likely be that worst case scenario. I don't think that's going to happen, but my thoughts is we probably will just consolidate here sideways for quite some time. Here's CBA. Now I mentioned back here that will most likely trade higher and then come down to hopefully fill this particular gap. We've almost filled the gap. We did trade lower, so anyone who did take a bearish position after this nice little retest, then you guys would be in a nice little profit. Maybe you bought some puts to protect your asset. Who knows? Whatever it was, the analysis was there given to you guys from yours truly, and we have come straight back down. Now on the shorter term moving averages, the 50-day EMA is just here at 84.62. So keep that on your watch list. If we do start to consolidate, it will be a nice dip buying location for CBA. Here's BHP. Now BHP gapping down once again, coming down to this support level right here. I know a couple of traders out there who did purchase some shares of BHP today off this amazing dip. You can see on the weekly chart, we are right at the 100 simple moving average. So it is a very nice location to buy. I did mention on the daily, back here, it was back here, sorry, that we would most likely trade sideways for the next 6 months. We have been trading sideways for most of the 6 months. We did get a little bit of a rush, a little bit of a bullish trend, but then we've turned around and come straight back down to fall from grace, and we are back where we were 6 months ago. So most likely, I think we're going to probably start to bounce here soon. Just expect a little bit more of a consolidation. Here's ALU. Now, ALU is going to be one you want to keep on your watch list, guys. This one is an absolute ripper to buy, especially at this particular level. If you have a look at the weekly chart, the 100 simple moving average is slowly coming into play. On the daily chart, I have a nice support level here at 31.14. And right now we are at 31.84. So just wait for a few more days. I know we have got a lot of volume coming in and there has been a lot of bearishness, but this will most likely trade sideways and then slowly cruise on higher. Let's take a look at the commodities. Here's gold. Now gold obviously moved higher with the falling markets. Right now we are currently trading at 16.46 per ounce, and I think most likely if we get a bounce in the markets, you'll see gold start to retrace a little bit, so just keep that in mind. Up here you want to be looking at selling. I wouldn't personally be trying to pick a top and try to short gold, but if you are in a long position and you did buy somewhere back down here or down here, then now is somewhere where you want to be looking at locking in your profits. Let's take a look at crude oil. Now, crude oil is coming back down to this support level right here. I am bullish on crude at this particular level. If we do break it though, obviously the next target would be $42 just based off this. $42 based off this low right here. I don't think we break this level. I think if we do get any sort of a fake out, it's going to be something like this or this or this. We're going to get some nice little long lower shadows. But right now we are trading lower and we are coming down to a buying location. So just keep that in mind. And last but not least, take a look at the Aussie dollar creating another all-time low. Sorry, not all-time low, another decade low. Coming down to 65.77 cents. 65.77 cents. You can take a look at the weekly chart. I mean, we have fallen very, very far every week. I think we've had only one bullish candle in the last 8 weeks or so. And right now we really need to consolidate. If you take a look at the monthly chart, I mean, you can see here we are coming back down to the levels that we were at 2009. So we'll just have to wait and see where we go from here. But right now, guys, I'm neither bullish or bearish on the Aussie dollar. I have no position on this at all. I'm just waiting to see if we start to bounce at this particular level. But anyway, guys, if you haven't done already, make sure you've joined the Real Life Trading Australia free week. It is free. I will be there in the trading room tonight. So I'll see you guys there, and I'll also be back on Thursday with another real life stock review just for you. And until then, love life, live life, and trade it. I'll see you all soon. Bye.